Good morning, fam. So I wanted to come to you guys with a uh kind of quick video. So this spread that I have here, this is a reading that I did for myself. I always do readings for myself. But last night I felt like doing this because I kept seeing all these numbers on my clock on my phone, and I would always see like 255 or like 322, 244, anything like that. Mainly I was always seeing a 33, a 44, or a 55. There's been a couple times where I saw a 22. And I wrote them down in my journal. But then yesterday I came across the 444 on the clock and 555 on some old balloons that my mom had. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me finally ask Spirit what these numbers are meaning right now. Because, I mean, yeah, I could have looked it up, I could have Googled it, but I decided to actually use the cards to do that. And I think part of the reason why I was led to do this reading was to actually share the deeper side of this whole twin flame thing. So, and I might go into a little bit of a numerology here. So basically, I'll tell you guys. I'll probably post some pictures that I took last night too on Instagram. But this wasn't here. I started off with these here. Sorry if you can see my legs. And I only had the Magician here, the Seven of Cups, the Prince of Swords. A little later on, I pulled out the Five of Swords. And then I stopped there, and then I was like, I didn't even think about it. I just reached for the deck and just started shuffling even more. And then the Hanged Man came out, the Chariot, and the Seven of Wands. And then I still kept going and came out with these three. The bottom of the deck was the Three of Pentacles. So this Three of Pentacles is really what led me to want to do this video. I didn't feel like doing it last night because it was kind of late. So I was like, I'll just leave the cards out, just do it in the morning. And I'll get to these animal oracles later. But this is really the message behind this whole twin flame thing. And some of you may resonate with this. Some of you may have a different experience, but this journey is not, and it was never meant to be about shit and rainbows and butterflies and, everybody's living happily ever after. It's the fucking work, dude. It's the fucking work. Okay? And yeah, like this whole read was just like, it was on point. But when these four cards came out, I was like, dude, holy shit. And there goes my throat again. Yeah, I was like, honestly, like, holy fucking shit. Like, and then the fact that this Eight of Cups with the male on it pointing to each other and these two females pointing to each other, I was like, oh my God, it's a test of the lovers. And I don't even know what to say, like, because it was definitely a battle of like being too emotional, being too attached emotionally, and being so much in our heads. And then, because this is really how it started out with the both of us. He was way too emotional, I was way too in my head, and then it kind of like switched. And then it was just going back and forth for a while. And yeah, I will go into some numerology. 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. The card of the lovers. Okay? and you divide that 6 by 2, you get a 3. Okay? So if we hadn't put in the work, if we hadn't even come to a place where we could acknowledge the fact that there is work to be done, even though you know we were both acting like, you know what, like I don't need you and fuck you, and you know you broke my heart, you're a piece of shit, you know, any fucking emotion that you go through when you're going through sorry y'all, oh my god, I burped. When you're going through a separation, and there's gonna be a time where you come to a point where you just have to be grateful that it happened, because then you wouldn't be able to get to this place of rebirth. You know, this Nine of Wands energy where you find that inner strength within yourself, and you find the strength that was in that connection in the first place. You know, coming to a place of clarity and knowing what it is that both of you want, and being able to communicate your truths, you know, by first coming into the truth within yourself, and then to be able to start all over again. Okay? And then yeah, so these tower moments here. Oh, I also forgot to mention this. My divine masculine and I, we both have life paths of 7, which makes sense. 1 plus 6 is 7. And with these 3 and with these 4 equals 7. So if we hadn't gone through these tower moments of, like, you know, me worrying about who the hell he was with and what he was doing, or him worrying about what I was doing if I was with somebody else, and the inner conflict that we were going through within ourselves that would cause these kinds of doubts and anger and sadness and this like this delusional feeling of loneliness. If we hadn't gone through that, once again, we wouldn't be in these energies here. We wouldn't be able to get to these energies here, okay? And leading to that here, because we have the Justice and the Star. I'm a Libra sun, and he's an Aquarius sun. And to have this come up with the Wheel of Fortune is like completely fucking insane. And it's because we acknowledge the fact that there was work to do. That we acknowledge the fact that, you know what, this separation did happen for a fucking reason. It needed to. And our bond, dude, our bond grew. I mean, we didn't see each other. He's like in a different city. But our bond grew so fucking crazy strong. And we don't even like call each other. We don't text each other. No, nothing. It's just like telepathically so fucking strong. Like I mirror his dreams. I have dreams about his, sometimes in my dreams I see him. And it's just like the craziest fucking thing. And I'm like losing my train of thought right now, because now I'm like looking at the pile and I'm just like, oh my God, like, oh, holy shit. Like, and it's like, I know I've always known for months, and I've been doing the work for months now, but I got a little emotional when this came out, you know, because it was like Spirit was telling us, and it was like the archangels were telling us, you know what, be proud of the work that you've done so far, because good things are coming to the both of you, individually and when you come together into union. Be proud of the work that you've done. And with this section here, I believe Spirit was telling me like we've both been able to find outlets to release all that transmute, I should say, all that pain, frustration, anger, emotion, that love attachment. We've been able to find ways to transmute those feelings, all those thoughts and doubts and whatever, into creative outlets, you know, to raise our vibration, to keep thinking forward in order to protect the union, in order for us to protect ourselves as we move on, as we move closer together. Because I know that union's coming soon between us. So, yeah, so that's pretty much why this reading came out the way that it did. And then when I sat down and I received the message, I related to myself. I was like, Spirit, you trying to make me publish this? Because normally I wouldn't. I do the reading strictly for myself. You know, like I wouldn't, you know, I never thought of like sharing that with others because I kind of didn't want to. It's kind of something that I just wanted to keep to myself. But Spirit definitely led me to share this with you guys. And I'll also show you the animal oracles that I pulled out. So the first one I pulled out, I'll put these here. The first one I pulled out was the dove, which signifies with this section here of being able to, instead of being impulsive, instead of doing something that will like set us back, and God forbid set us back into those karmic cycles that we were in, you know, taking the time to just take a time out, pause, sit in the emotions that we're feeling in order for us to transmute it or just let it go, period. Okay? The next one I pulled out was the antelope of decisiveness. And with this one, this card was telling me like you always have the choice to choose between going back into your old ways, into your old habits, what got you stuck in addictions, depression, anxiety, anger, all that stuff that was keeping you stuck in the first place. You have a choice to go back to that, or you have the choice to move on. Keep your vibration raised in order to protect the union that you want so bad, you know? And then the icing on the fucking cake was pulling out this damn well card. And this, I mean, yeah, it has significance with this section here, but I will also say like it definitely resonates with this section because my creative outlet was journaling and eventually doing poetry, writing poetry. And let me tell y'all something. A bitch ain't never been no poet, okay? Never in her life. I mean, yeah, I could write like some good ass stories or whatever in school, but like a bitch is not a poet. And lo and behold, going through this journey, I discovered that I am a poet. And I write some damn good poetry. And if I hadn't met somebody who mirrored me so well and threw the shit that I was like repressing within myself back in my face, not like verbally like he was saying, because obviously he doesn't know all of that, but you know, telepathically or just mirroring, period, you know, like I wouldn't have discovered the talent that I have with writing poetry or the talent that I have with tarot cards, you know? And the fact that I pulled this out but put it in this section here tells me that I would have gotten to that place. I wouldn't be on the journey that I'm on. I wouldn't be able to realize what my life purpose is in this world. Not just to come into union with my divine masculine, but to serve a higher purpose in this world is like beautifully insane. So I think that's all I have to say. But yeah, if this resonated with you in some way. I don't think I went into too much detail, I guess, but if you still liked it, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends if you want to. Yeah, just a closing message. Don't, especially when you're watching these tarot readings on YouTube, or you're like going to psychics or you're going to other tarot readers, don't detach yourself from the outcome, okay? It's not all about going into union. And if that's all that you're focused on, there's a possibility that this person is not your twin flame. It's possibly just a soulmate, and a temporary one at that. Like, and this is also going for people who go online and they're in the comment section, like trash talking their divine counterparts and like bashing them, saying this and this and that, you know, portraying as if they have gone through the forgiveness stage. But when you're bashing your divine counterpart, you're bashing yourself, especially when you claim to have gone through that forgiveness stage already. To me, people like that, they're just lying and trying to make it, and trying to avoid accountability, and trying to avoid responsibility for their own actions. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, so yeah, don't focus on union. If you've come into a place where you know you're on a twin flame journey, you need to focus on you as an individual. Okay, because if you don't, union will never come. And even if it does come and there's no work that's being done, you're just going to go back into separation. And it's either going to go back and forth to show you that you need to put in work, or you're just going to stay in separation, period. Okay? So I'm going to finally let you guys go on that note. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.